Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's the Stacking Kid here. How's it going? So, anyway, I know this is a different video from what I'm normally doing. I'm normally doing silver, gold, platinum, but right now I'm just not buying any silver or gold. I'll probably do a video on that later. I know I recently did a video on why I'm not. Why you shouldn't buy silver. That was back then, and I still was. But right now, I'm really not buying silver and gold just because they're at a price where I know a lot of people are saying silver's going to shoot the moon. People say that a lot. But I think that all depends on if we go into a secondary stage of this recession, on how hard the second wave of corona hits or whatever. And so that's why personally I'm not buying silver. I'm not necessarily happy with how much silver I have, but I just think right now where the market is, I can be making a lot more money off the market than I can off of silver. And don't get me wrong, I'm not selling any silver right now. Anyway, so let's get into what I'm doing today. So what I'm doing today is I'm doing the 5 stocks I'm buying this week or this month. These are the main 5 stocks I'm looking at. And so we're going to start out with this stock that you see right here. This is TPR. And so what we're seeing with TPR is, so this is a stock that previously, so this is Tapestry. They own like Kate Spade and some other ones. You know, they own jewelry and fashion things. Anyway, they were previously trading. I mean, they took a sharp hit here, and they were previously trading at like what was it, like $30? I think that's around $30 right there. And even prior to that, they were trading at a higher point. And they're a profitable they're a profitable company. They were doing pretty well for themselves. Then of course Corona hit and took a really sharp tip, and they just haven't bounced back yet. Their low I think was like 10.20 or something. I could probably find it here. Too lazy. Anyway. So the low was like 10.20 or something, right down here somewhere. So yeah, it's 10.18. Anyway, right now you have them at 12.62. I think I bought most of mine at like lower 12s. Anyway, so TPR, it's at a great value price, and I don't think they're going to be paying a dividend out this quarter, but they're going to go back to paying probably around a 4 or 5% dividend, probably around 3 or 4% dividend when they go back up. But obviously, if you buy here, you're going to have a lot more shares for a lesser price. So you're going to practically be getting a 10% dividend if it goes back up to its previous price. But all this stock has to do is go up to $24 in order for you to double your money. And this company is a proven company. It has a proven model. And in my opinion, it's a great company to buy right now. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a financial advisor by any means. I should have started this video off by saying that. But in my personal opinion, it's a great stock, especially at the end of the day. Well, it was a good day, but at the end of the day, look at this huge buy-in right here. Like, I know a lot of stocks at the end of the day, they go up. There's a lot of buy-in at the end of the day. But this is remarkable. I mean, you go from, just like a few thousand to 20,000 trades, to you have 109 like within the past like 30 minutes or whatever or something. You have 200,000 shares being bought. So that's a sign that maybe tomorrow tomorrow they're gonna do pretty well. And that's what I'm looking at, and I don't think I'm gonna buy any yet tomorrow, but that's just something to keep an eye on. I think they'll probably be going up tomorrow by a good little bit again. But of course, there could be information that comes out of the company. Let me pull this up right here. So as you can see, this is MarketWatch Tapestry, and this is their balance sheet. This is their monthly balance sheet, and right now their income looks pretty good. Previously to that, what I mean is, prior to this, their business was doing pretty great especially compared to from there to there. Of course, that was Christmas months, so a lot more shares. I mean, not a lot more shares. I mean, a lot more of their product being bought as gifts and such. But you do see a negative 677 million, which is very, very bad compared to previous. Compared to the previous net income, which is it's a pretty remarkable job. But of course, whenever people are tight on money, they're not going to be buying this kind of stuff for their family. But right now, for anybody who missed out on buying on the dip, this is one of those stocks that you're still getting that great valuation at. And then, of course, you have other stuff like, here, let me find their debt. Where is it? I usually don't use Market Watch, but it's just the one I pulled up. Where's the debt? Cash dividend paid. Let's see. I do believe that they're not going to pay dividends this time, just because I think they'd probably go bankrupt if they paid the 10% dividend that they're going to pay. Maybe they'll just drop it by some. But let me find it here. Net asset? Where is it? I know I already passed it. Anyway, but earlier, there it is, probably right here. There we go. Other assets and liabilities. So they have 20. That's really not bad. The amount of liabilities that they have for the amount of money that they're paying during this time. And it's not. What I'm saying is that you don't see their debt going insane. Here it is. There it is. Changing long-term debt. It really isn't that bad. For how bad it's getting for this company, in terms of their stock price and in terms of their sales and the revenue. So this is a solid company that I'm personally investing in, that I personally recommend investing in. But again, I'm not a financial advisor by any means. So my next stock that I'd look into would be, let me find it. So this company is my speculative buy, and this company I wouldn't recommend putting much money into it. And again, we saw a lot of volume at the beginning, like you'd expect, and a lot of volume at the end. And this company is a company that a lot of day traders stay in, because it's very it fluctuates a lot and all that kind of stuff. And it's at a very low price, $4.40. I don't know about a value buy for this, but previously it was at $9. Whenever the oil tanker rates went way up, so we're seeing if we can get back up to six. My price point to sell would probably be $6. And that'd be a solid gain. Now, you do get a 10% dividend, so if you want to see this for like a dividend investment, that wouldn't be bad at all. But, I mean, what I'm saying is it has a great dividend, and if we can see those oil tanker rates go up again like we just did before this, because this is an 8% gain day, which is pretty great, especially because I invested. I think I bought some shares beforehand, then I bought in again right on this dip. So, made a little bit of money. Still not a ton of money, because I only bought. I didn't buy a whole lot of shares, because again, this is my speculative buy. But still, right now, this company wouldn't be a bad investment in terms of you're trying to play the oil tanker rates. Now, next stock, we're not going to go too in depth in their balance sheet. They're in a good amount of debt. They're in a lot of debt, and the other thing is that I don't view this as a super long-term hold, because their tankers are going to be out of commission soon. They're going to have to buy a whole bunch of new tankers. So I do not think that that's a great company to look at. Now, a company I just bought the other day was Boeing. I bought it, I believe, on Friday. I bought it, I think, right here, because I just sold some shares in another company, Square. Made a lot of money on that. I bought that one at $30, I think. A few years back, and then I bought some. No, I forgot. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I finally sold out of that company because I made a pretty good amount. I sold at $130 a share, which was pretty good. Anyway, so here's Boeing, and as you can see, they went up by, I think, $5. They went up about $5, and I'm not seeing anything on the volume trading that would speak out to me. By any means, of course, some swing traders and what have you sell off by the end of the day, especially. This happens quite a bit whenever stocks like this go up. People that, bought at the beginning of the day whenever it dropped here and then sold at the end. Anyway, so Boeing, in my opinion, it's at a pretty good price compared to the 1 year. Like you see the 1 year chart, it was trading at the $350 range and even $400 before that. And it finally just got out of a situation with their, I forgot the plane, but they finally just got out of a situation, and then, of course, Corona hits, drops all the way down to 90. Now, if I realized I should have invested, God, I'm really mad at myself for not investing in this at 90, but at the time I was focusing on silver because it was absurdly cheap, and I'm happy I did that. But I didn't focus enough of my energy on the stock market like I should have been, because I would have made already nearly 100% gains on this stock. But still, I view this as a great buy at that price. And right now, I think the company's like hosting like a 5% dividend yield that they're going to still pay out. And the other thing is, I don't think Boeing by any means is going to go bankrupt. I think it's going to be a very good buy because the U.S. government is not going to let one of their biggest arms and planes provider go bankrupt. I just don't see that happening. And this company I really like, and I'm going to be putting a bit more money in. I'm hoping to sell this by around $350 because I think it can easily go back up to that price point. Anyway, let's see what else. BP. So BP is one of the highest dividend yielding oil companies because British Petroleum, and I'm trying to think, and their dividend yield's like 10%, which is pretty great. And they're gonna keep paying their dividend right now because they're one of those companies that half their investors are in it for the dividend, because they do that, they'd probably lose out on a lot of investors. So they're not going to do that, and that'd plummet their stock price most likely. So anyway, what we're seeing is they went up quite a bit. I think I bought a few more shares around right here, somewhere around here, on Friday. But anyway, we're seeing this company. It's going up a bit, and that's, I think, oil prices went up just a bit across the board. Oil companies went up. But we saw them, they were trading at around $40. So I'm hoping if oil prices can go back up, I'm hoping I can double my money on this stock. Now, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I think this stock's going to trade at around $30 for a while before it jumps back up to its previous price. But still, 50% gains, I can't argue with that. In probably not too long of a period of time, over the next year or so. But this company, its low was like $15.70 or whatever. Somewhere around there, 1570, 16, something. Anyway, and then we see it go back up. It went back up a bit, but still, I think it's at a pretty good price at $22. And this is a stock that I'd probably recommend for a long-term hold because 10% dividend. You throw $1,000 in there, and then you have and then you get $100 a year off of it to reinvest, and it'd be really easy to slowly gain money off of that stock. And you reinvest it, and before you know it, you have a lot of money in the company. And again, other than the dividends, it just all depends on oil prices. I just think BP is one of the best value buys for the oil companies. Now, this one, I usually don't invest into restaurants, but I can't resist the Cheesecake Factory. Now, I did get this one from a channel called Financial Education. He really opened my eyes to this one because I wouldn't even thought about it. You look at it, I always see Cheesecake Factory packed. I don't know about y'all, and I know on the West Coast it's always packed. And it's kind of ridiculous how much it dropped and how it hasn't really recovered at all. You see, it was around the $40 range, and now it's at the $20 range. So we're seeing the same thing with BP on the price point. I wish I could have bought it at 14, but when it comes to investing, it's always going to happen. And you see right here, now it's at 20. Now it's at 21 or 22 or something. I bought some of it. Let's see. I bought some of it on the dip right here on Friday. And again, this stock I think has a lot of potential over the next year. I don't see them failing, although they do have a lot of debt. I think this company's going to pull through just okay compared to a lot of other restaurants. And I think this company's going to pull through and get back up to that $40 range. So an easy 100% profit, double your money. So anyway, guys, that's it for my 5 stocks this week that I'm buying. It's going to probably remain these stocks for the next couple weeks. And if I see something in the stock market that I want y'all to know about or something like that, I will make another video. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a comment, leave a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe. And I'll see y'all later, and I will be coming out the coin video this week, because don't forget, this channel will remain stacking I just want to do a video like this every now and then because it's something that I do, and I thought I might as well share it. So anyway, I hope y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all later. Bye.